college was not my thing.
Okay. It's not
So
everybody's thing.
it wasn't my thing. Building a team is not something that you should rush or settle for, because not everyone's going to come with that same mindset. And for me, I don't want employees. I want people that I can work with and help build them up.
Customer is always right if this is fair. Welcome to the Pink Book Podcast. I am your host, Joyce Van Setters, and I am thrilled to continue to bring you stories of innovators and game changers who are redefining their success. On today's show, I have one of New Jersey's awesomest entrepreneurs from the Pink Spa, Priscilla Haron. Welcome to the podcast.
I'm so excited to be here and finally meet you. I can't wait to meet you in person, though, too.
I know, yeah.
Virtual right now.
Exactly. We'll get that done. I want to let everybody know that Priscilla and I are actually Pink friends. We met online. If you know, you know, right? We're not going to explain that to you.
That's right.
Exactly. But Priscilla, tell everybody where you're from.
I was born and raised in Jersey City. I've moved out years ago. I've been a resident of Newark, New Jersey for about 8 years now. I have not left since.
What part of Newark?
What part of Newark?
Yeah.
I would say by Beth Israel, Lyons,
Okay. Yep.
Clinton Ave.
Yeah. So I used to live in Vailsburg.
I did too.
Really?
I lived on Columbia Ave.
Oh, Commonwealth Avenue in between 18th. Right before 18th?
I lived on Columbia, but Columbia and South Orange, I think it was.
Yep, I know that area.
It was a scary area. I had to move when I got pregnant because it was just like, I can't be here anymore.
Oh, really?
It's
So
just
my
too much
grandparents
going on
lived
over
there, and we used to spend our summers there. And then I ended up moving in with them in high school. So I went to Irvington High School, but I lived in Vailsburg.
Okay. And now you're still around. You're still in Newark, right?
No. So I ended up leaving Jersey and moving to Connecticut. Yeah, when quarantine happened, because I work online and I was like, I could live where I want to. And I never really wanted to live in Jersey. I kind of got stuck there. But it is what it is. That's a story for another day.
You made it out. I mean, eventually I want to move out of Jersey, but right now it's just, my roots are here. I just relocated to a new location.
I know, and we're going to get to that. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. I'm very excited.
All right, so tell me about young Priscilla, because you are a force to be reckoned with. People need to know that, but I want to start from the beginning. So tell me about young Priscilla.
All right, young Priscilla. Young Priscilla was rebellious.
I'm not believing that.
I learned a lot. Yes, rebellious. Like, I had curfew through the court. That's how rebellious I was.
Talk to us.
I was never a looker. I was not. I blossomed very late, so I always was bullied. At 13, I started blossoming, maturing and hanging out with people that I thought would be friends. But then you learn from those things, and people are really not your friends at that age. I got into a lot of trouble. I learned my lesson through all that, and I just outgrew them. I think at 13, I wanted to say that I felt a lot older mentally, and I was drawn more towards like grown people. I don't know how to say it.
Old soul, mature, yeah.
An old soul. I never really liked hanging out with people my age, even for high school. I went to night school with a bunch of adults, and I liked it because it was peaceful for me, less distraction, less drama, and I wasn't really trying to fit in with the clique. So I was just trying to get things done and get out and move on and stay out of trouble.
And talk to me about college when you graduated. Did you go to college?
College was not my thing.
Okay. It's not everybody's thing.
It wasn't my thing. It was just not a book thing. I tried medical billing and coding after I had my daughter.
Did you?
Didn't like it. I tried college. Didn't like it. After that, I just worked at corporate for a long time. I worked for Goya for about 7 years.
What did you do?
I was a consumer affairs specialist, so we dealt with the quality control of the products, which is was great. I mean, I liked it. Nobody really bothered you. I did deal with all the customer complaints that came in, but I didn't want to stay there for so long. So after I had my son, I kind of was just like, I want to change. I feel like very complacent because when you have a job that pays you like salary, you become comfortable and you just stay
Yeah, of
stuck.
course.
So for me, I ended up enrolling in school after I had my
What
son.
kind of
I
school?
was in Cosmo for two
Okay.
years, Parisian.
Okay.
I wanted to be my own boss, and being an entrepreneur in the beauty industry, you have to go to school for it. So it was the longest 2 years of my life, but very worth it.
What made you go that
And
route? Just curious. Like what you went from working from Goya, let me start. You went from going to
COVID, you couldn't go
okay.
anywhere to get your nails
Okay.
done. You couldn't do anything.
Girl,
So
I
I was
had
like,
someone
why am
come
I
into my
doing this?
house.
See, you got lucky.
Yeah. I mean, I was just like, listen, wear mask, whatever.
Listen, it was scary during COVID. You think about it now. It's like everybody's wearing a mask, and it gets scary because we're not used to that. Anyways, there's always germs
Mm.
everywhere. But it did freak me out a little bit when COVID came out.
Well, the
I
worst
started
part
doing nails
about it
at
is like,
home.
so we're all wearing these masks. We're all doing whatever like the government tells us to do. We're spraying our food with Lysol. Like we're putting ourselves in more danger than actual COVID,
Realistically, yes. It was
right?
very, very true. And then like the constant hand washing all the time is just I guess I don't know. I have ADHD, so I start thinking about all these
Yeah.
kinds of
Yeah.
things that they're talking
Anxiety.
about and how people are getting sick and like, dying. And I'm like, oh my God, my mom, I had bought a house when my sister passed away about 7 years ago. I bought a house, moved my parents in downstairs because I wanted to keep my family close. My parents are getting older. I wanted to have my family with us after we lost my sister. I have her two kids and my two kids now. Um, so COVID wasn't so bad,
Yeah.
except for the pandemic baby,
Yeah.
my son.
Okay. Oh,
They're
pandemic baby. Oh
different.
my God. It's so funny that you say that because I have this conversation with a lot of people and sometimes it's disheartening because I know, COVID took a lot of people and
Yeah, it
it took a lot
is.
of jobs. It did a lot of bad, but I'm one of those people like you that, because I was able to take my business all online, I was able to increase clientele. I was able to move exactly where I wanted to. So COVID, quote, not COVID per se, but quarantine was one of those things that, benefited my business. And it's why I'm able to be
Absolutely.
successful as I am today because I literally just packed up, left the state, and continued to do what I'm doing because I was all online anyway for 2 years when we couldn't, be in touch with each other. And once that was over, all of my business and my clientele flourished because everybody was like, this actually works better for me. It was more productive. I
Yes,
don't have to let you
I
in my
love it.
home. You can just turn on computer and turn off. So it actually worked out great for me as well.
Same. I feel like it worked out for me too. It kind of pushed me to where I am now today because some people thrived during COVID or just came out of the woodworks. You didn't know that you had this ability to become an entrepreneur, have my first storefront. I wasn't expecting to have a store at all. I graduated in 2022 and jumped into a brick and mortar in 2023.
Tell me how that
Not
tell me
knowing.
how that conspired because for young girls watching that are like, I just graduated or I want to go to beauty school or I want to do this. Tell me how that conspired because I read your story and I mean, bomb. Like tell me how you did that. You graduated and
um,
then what were your thoughts?
My thoughts were all over because, as you know, we have ADHD, so we just don't have one thought. We think about everything, the
Yeah.
good, the bad, the possibilities. I want to say, like, the support of my family, my husband, especially for believing in me and funding my business and assisting me because when you first start a business, it is very scary. I always encourage people to start off as a home base to see if that's something that they want to continue to do or it's just a hobby for them. Start off with a suite, work your way up. But where I did, I just jumped into it. Honestly, it was like if you don't take risks, you won't be able to succeed. So for me, it was scary, but I had a good support system. And the first 2 years, I'm not gonna lie, were the hardest because I was learning as I was walking, pretty much. I was new to everything, new to the industry. I knew about just making people beautiful. That's all I really knew. But now I come into a brick and mortar and now I have to build a team. And that's also really hard because not everybody has or shares the same mindset that I have. Mine can be a little bit different. Some people just want to go into this business and be an entrepreneur and make the money only, but not understanding that in order for you to do that, you have to see the ugly too, because you're not going to make money right away. And people, and it just takes time to build. Like for me, I was shocked my first year. I made top three spa in Bayonne. I was very, very excited. Um, what else? I'm trying to think. I've gone through a lot of obstacles throughout my transition, and then me relocating was probably one of the best decisions. Second to opening and staying open, because some people start a business and they get burnt out and they just give up. Everything closes down, and I honestly didn't want to give up. So for me, it's like I already created such a brand that I want to continue to grow it and become probably the next McDonald's of the beauty industry,
Yeah.
though.
And your brand is pretty dope. I mean, that's how we kind of found each other. So
I
I
know it
know.
was the pink
There
that
was the
got
pink,
you.
right? I
Yeah,
love it. I love it. When
it
I
was
got your DM, I was like, "What?" And normally I'm like
I was
scrolling through.
excited
I
too.
know. I was like, "Yes, girl, let's work together." But talk to me. So I want to talk about what when you were in Bayonne. So you opened up your first business.
Hmm.
For the first 6 months, you have a team? Did you not have a team? How did you find your team, and how was that start? Start from there.
So for the first 6 months, we were really renovating. I was just going down a checklist
When you
of
say
making
we, it
sure
was
that,
just you and your husband, or your.
yeah, me, my husband, my family, my friends, and I was also in the process of looking to hire people. But between that, I wasn't really in a rush because honestly, building a team is not something that you should rush or settle for, because not everyone's going to come with that same mindset. And for me, I don't want employees. I want people that I can work with and help build them up. Like I don't want them working for me. I don't like that. I don't want to have to micromanage everybody. I want them to be able to hold their own and have their own ideas, share their ideas. I always say more ideas, more brains is better than one brain. And creative people and people that are ambitious. Like ambitious is not something that everybody has. Ambition at all. And it's sad, but I went through a few trials of hiring people and it didn't work out. I wasn't bitter about it in any way, because it's just like I'm not for you, you're not for me. I always tell them during the interview process, this may not be for you. I'm throwing you into the front line so that you can show me what you can do with this authority. Like I allow them to come up with their pricing, their ideas, come up with bundles and stuff like that to see if they can run themselves. I don't want a place where I have to micromanage and correct everybody. I just feel like everybody brings something to the table that's unique, and I rather have that than a bunch of people that do the same thing or need to be told what to do or taught how to do customer service. It's just like, but the first 6 months was definitely hard. I was not gonna lie, I was very stressed, very stressed. And a lot of people think that it's easy or I make it look easy, but it's really not. It's really
Are you
not.
one of
It was
those people that have trouble finding people to hire because you want everybody to be like you? I'll give you an example, because so I'm that way. Like I'm everything that I do in life, I expect it to be successful, but I would be super negligent to think that I could do it all on my own. But I'm also one of those people that like, this person's not going to do it like I am. This person's not going to do it. And I had to find to let that go and be like, same as you. I can't micromanage these people. I have to hire these people, and these people could be the worst or they could be the best, but I have to trust in that the job that I gave them, they know how to do it. And then if they don't, we have to have that conversation. Nothing's personal. And I've, over this past year, I've found the greatest team. I don't know how, uh, ever in life after firing so many people. But are you one of those people that you need to find people that are like you, so it's stressful, or you just kind of go in and hire fast?
I like to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. I don't like to judge people off the rip and say this is not something that is, you're not strong enough to sustain this kind of industry, because when you are in the beauty industry, you are working commission based. When you're commission based, you have to sell your talent. You really do. And if you don't market yourself, if you don't have those keys, or you're easily giving up because it's not working out for you right away, it's just not something I want. But I do give people the benefit of the doubt because I motivate them. I will speak positive into them and let them know, like, don't be discouraged because this one person didn't rebook you. Or I like to observe too.
Okay.
I'm very selective because I also want to say that when you're hiring in any industry, having a bunch of females can be very troubling sometimes if you don't hire accordingly.
Yes.
Not everybody like can get along, and I don't like the drama. For me, it's like I can't do toxic, I can't do drama. I need somebody that I need everybody to respect each other. You don't have to like each other, but I would ideally want you guys to like each other, and if there's something that I can do to intervene, you know what I mean, I'll do it. But it is very hard to find people, but I am blessed that I did find a solid team to take with me to Clifton, because now we are transitioning more into like a private spa
Okay.
setting. The brick and mortar was accessible to everyone. I've never really wanted to be accessible in that way because
How
I do have
explain that
social
to me.
anxiety.
Like when you were in Bayonne, explain to me what exactly you guys offered, what you did, and tell me about the brick and mortar. Tell me a little bit about that.
All right, so we offer everything from hair, nails, lashes, pedicures, massages, facials, head spa, etc. I'm always trying to like
Women and
promote
men.
women and men. A lot of men tend to not linger towards the pink because I guess they don't find it a masculine color. And I'm like, pink is not just a pink. Pink means passion. It means love. It means peace. Like for me, it's my go-to color for everything. It soothes me in every way
It
possible.
actually means not. I chose it because it actually means so the pink book. So I come from a healthcare background. It actually means knowledge. So it's because I get a lot of pushback on that too when people are like, "Do you have merch?" But like, could I stay away from the pink? And I'm like, it like the pink book in the medical industry is actually the epidemiology of like vaccines, of everything going on behind the scenes. So it actually means knowledge, and I know that we portray it as a feminine or just a pretty beautiful color that women should love, but it actually means knowledge.
See, and there's not a lot of people that can tell you what the color actually means other than just the color. People just see it as a color. And for me, it's like, no, it's more than just a color for people in every way possible. For me, I come from I have anxiety. So my coping color has always been pink. Anytime I'm sad or going through stuff, pink is just something that just makes me feel a whole
We
different,
have that
like
in common. We
happy
talked
and
about that.
warm and calm. It's like my sunset. So when I painted the building pink, I knew a lot of people in the area were gonna were definitely gonna say something about this big ass pink building in Bayonne, and I was the only pink building in Bayonne, so I was like, this is definitely triggering for people. I'm definitely gonna bring a lot of attention. But another thing for me is not all money is good money. So I was very selective with clients, and it's in a way as in like a lot of people would think that the customer is always right. They're not. I worked in a corporate setting where the customer is not always right, and not all money is good money. So for me, it's like when you come into our chair, we're also interviewing you to see if you're a right fit for us. It's not just the other way around, because this industry can definitely be overwhelming and discouraging. I've gone through my stages of feeling that, but now I'm just like, if I'm not for you, I'm not for you. I'm not going to be mad. But I definitely brought in a lot more diversity and culture into my salon setting. It was very private. I really didn't take walk-ins at all. I like the controlled environment. Hence why with my anxiety, it becomes easier for me to control my environment by doing appointments. I didn't want something to be overwhelming, packed. I wanted to be very private because when I used to be a home-based tech, my customers enjoyed that private time that they had with me. And you're actually able to build relationships with customers. When you're rushing and you have other people in the mix, it's just too much distraction, too
Yeah.
much noise for you to build a relationship with your customers. And these customers stay with you for a long time. I've had customers that have been with me for more than 5 years that had started with
Yep.
me and they're still with me.
Love.
And those are the kind of clientels that I want.
I love that about you. I always tell people, and people find this like outlandish or that it can't be like I'm also a wellness coach, personal trainer, Pilates instructor,
I know,
cross
I
trainer,
see.
and like my clientele, I have clients that have been with me for 23 years, and people are blown away by that. I didn't think that was uncommon, but when I think about it, I know a lot of trainers, and I don't know any other trainers that have had their same clientele for 23 years. So you're right, it's a trust issue, but you also, going back to what you said about the customer is always right, people say these sayings, but they never actually go and look up the history of the sayings. They cut it off at the customer is always right. And it's the actual saying is the customer is always right if this is fair. Like
Yeah.
people
What's right
forget
is
that.
right and what's wrong is
Right. So
wrong.
if it's
It's just
not
how I
fair, the
see it.
customer is not always right.
Yeah, and I'm big on being fair with everything. I am a neutral person. I don't really choose sides. I always try to see everybody's point of view and stay neutral as possible
Yeah.
when it comes to any situation, especially when you're dealing with customers. You'll have nasty customers, but do I get nasty with them? No, I just send them off and say Jesus loves them, and I keep it as peaceful as
Yeah.
possible. You kill people with kindness,
Yeah.
and that's just the best way that I can describe how I am. Not everybody may think my leadership is great when it comes to solving customers
Right.
because I don't give them what they want, and I'm not
Absolutely.
going to, because if you're wrong, you're wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And in this industry, we don't really do refunds because you can't give back the professional their time that they already
Right.
spent. You know what
Exactly.
I
Oh,
mean? You can
absolutely.
try to make it right,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
but
I'm
you
the same.
can't.
Yeah.
It's a lot dealing
Yeah.
with people, but this now where I am now, it's a little bit different. It's more private. We're going to be doing more weddings, more private events. It's something that I've always wanted to do, and I love the setting that I'm in now. I'm still accessible to people, but it's for the right people, the people that want to find us, that want to come to us and want to have a private experience versus, the Bayonne area. Bayonne was never really
It
I would
wasn't.
say my first
Okay.
choice.
So how long were you in Bayonne?
2 years.
Years. Okay. So can I ask what made you move? What made you switch? Because I was kind of watching your stories and your situation, and it kind of seemed like you were a little bit aloof with it, which I respected. But I was wondering what made you move to Clifton, or what made you switch up?
So it's a lot of stuff
Okay.
behind the scenes with the
Okay.
landlord.
Hmm.
Um, didn't have a very
And you
great
don't have to talk about
relationship.
that, like if you don't want to.
Well, I'm just gonna share a little bit.
Okay.
You know, if your landlord doesn't treat you right, or they just are problematic, or just somebody's just not for you. I just was feeling that negative energy, and I'm an empath, so for me, like, energy is very, very important, and I was starting to feel like overwhelmed and smothered in that space, and I started just looking for another location, and then this location in Clifton came to my desktop, and I was like, oh my God, I have to go check this place out. And it was kind of what I really wanted, was like a space that was like just a bunch of suites connected together. I never really wanted a brick and mortar. For me, it was just too much responsibility. It was too big. I I can still do the services that I did there at this new location because the space is perfect.
Okay.
And I also wanted to change because just again, Bayonne was just not my forever place.
Okay.
Clifton is a little bit different. The vibes are very different. I feel peace now that I've relocated. I was kind of just feeling very defeated in the Bayonne location and pressured because, in this industry, you have up and down times. Like, you're not always going to be making money all the time right away. You're going to have slow days, good days, bad days. I just wanted to be comfortable in a space where I don't have to worry or feel pressured because this town does not like to spend money and they like cheaper things. I
Okay.
didn't want to be in that category anymore.
Okay.
I,
Yeah.
I was getting tired of like being questioned for discounts and stuff like that. And it's just like, I don't want to do that. It's not going to attract the right people because the right people that value you and your work and what you put into, the
Talk.
customer service is somebody's always going to pay. Like, I have
Yep.
customers that have taught me that not to settle for less. And
Oh my God. I need to let you speak to some of my people that are girls that I mentor.
I have customers that used to come from Boston to get their nails done. So my customers really like motivated me into seeing that I should never just settle for less. And there are people that feel pressured that have to just offer discounts just to get by, but it's like you're attracting the wrong people by doing that. And usually
And
they're the
what they
most
don't
stubborn.
realize, to just interject for a second, what they don't realize is when you're doing that and you're constantly doing that, the right customers that you do have will actually question that and be like, why are you offering all of those discounts? Like,
Yeah.
is this at a disparity? It gets weird.
So, like, it really depends too on what town you're in. Because when you're in a
Yeah.
town that people don't really care about spending money and they're known for spending money, you're great. But this town in particular, they were always looking for discounts. Always
Yeah, of
like, and I was
course.
glad never to be on somebody's Facebook when they would be like, oh, point me in the direction where I can get $25 nails. I'm like, we're not in the 20s anymore. We do different nails now. We spend, like, my girl does my nails. Something like
Quality.
this
Oh no,
takes,
not the Grinch.
yes, something like this takes time, and people that want this kind of creative art would be willing to pay. But then you have other people that don't want to pay, and that's fine because I don't need to be in everybody's budget. I don't want to be in everybody's budget. I always try to offer services, but the thing is, you can't be cheap when you're offering quality. It's not just the products, it's also the environment that you're bringing to the table, you know what I mean? And the people that are
Absolutely.
educating you. You're not used to going to getting your nails done and somebody educating you about your nail beds.
Yeah,
They just
exactly.
talk to you, they're in and out. You're just literally a ticket in most of
Right.
these places. You don't get to build
Exactly.
no relationship, no rapport with them, nothing. And word to mouth is everything. So for me, it's like my customers that value us and are willing to pay and tip are the ones that refer you to other clientele. And I'm okay
Yep.
with building slowly because I don't want quantity. I want quality. And I
That's
want
your
that every
advertisement. Your customers are your advertisement.
they
So,
are. They're my walking marketing
yeah,
all the time.
absolutely. So, when did you move into Clifton, and tell me how that's going? Start
So
with
I
when
officially
you moved.
moved on my birthday, December
And also happy birthday, by the way. Happy
Thank you.
birthday.
So it's going good. We're on day 11 now, I think, or because I had to take some days off, but we are pretty much almost done. I would say like 90% done, and I'm really really excited because we're in a great town. The people are great. The landlord's great. Um, and I would say like Clifton is a good place. Like for money,
Okay,
it's a
yeah.
good spot. It's a good spot, and it works perfect with what I want because I really want to build a place where I can continue to upgrade, and me relocating now with the location would put me in a better place as far as um adding new services, upgrading in every way possible with, like, for example, we want to do Korean skincare. I don't want to do dermalogic anymore. I want to offer Korean skincare. And that you don't get that everywhere. When you go get a
No.
facial, they use the most common skincare line ever, but the Korean skincare is
Yeah, I
amazing.
have a place out here where I get my nails done, and they're all Korean, and they do Korean skincare, and it's crazy because
Yes.
time around Christmas they give you like a little basket of like all their products, and then you go online and you look at the products and you can't find them, and you're like,
No, you
where did they
can't.
get this from? And they're like,
I
we're
know,
not
I
telling
know.
you.
So yeah, I want to be different, and I want to bring in different things. We started the head spa. I tried a head spa and I saw what they did, and I'm not, no shade, no shade, but I decided to do it a little bit different and add more things to it to give it my own touch, my own experience. But that's another thing that we also specialize in our head spa, which is like a scalp facial.
Yeah,
And it's a very big thing now that
yeah,
people are going crazy
yeah.
over.
It's so
Korean
relaxing.
skincare, it is very relaxing. I love it. I personally get it because I have psoriasis.
I
So,
do too.
yeah,
Stop. I do too.
yeah.
Yeah,
The psoriasis stuff,
yeah. It's
but the
bad.
head spa makes it feel better.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, another thing with head spa in most places, they use generic like shampoos. I'm a Cosmo, so for me, it's like I want to make sure that I have a cocktail, meaning shampoo, conditioner that caters to all types of hairs, because you're gonna have people that have sensitive skin. You have to have specific products for those. And I also buy all my products from a black-owned company. It's a wholesale company, and they have the most organic products ever, and I love
Do
them.
you
I
find
love
that
them.
the more you wash your hair, the more the psoriasis acts up, or the less?
I I feel the less. I feel like the buildup gets excessive if you put
Yeah,
hair product in your
yeah,
hair. So, like, for example, I have hairspray in my hair, so I know in 2 days I'm gonna need to wash it again. I usually don't put nothing in my hair most of the time, but washing your hair can if you do excessively because you're stripping
yeah. That's what I find. I find
your
the
hair.
less that I wash it, the better my scalp is. And I don't even want to say this, but like I actually still go to Jersey for my hair to get my hair done. Like,
Well, you're
well,
committed.
my
You're
girl,
committed.
she's actually leaving and she's moving to Miami next year, which I'm very sad about. But we're gonna work out something where like once a year, like we meet up, or maybe I don't know, not once a year. What am I talking about? Once a month we meet up, where she can like, cause I can't let her go.
Well, it's like, once you find someone that knows you
I just
and
don't like
takes
people
care of
touching
you,
my hair.
it's okay. It's
Like
like
I
that.
don't.
Trust me, there's a lot of people that are like that. You're not the only one, and you shouldn't, because not everybody does hair or does their job with good intention, and I believe in that as well also. So like, I don't let nobody really cut my hair. If we're in a funk, if they don't have good intentions, don't cut my hair.
Right.
I've
Like
always
I literally would go
known.
on YouTube and figure it out myself.
Yeah, you're better off
No,
doing that. Just start little though. Don't go crazy. Don't
no,
go
no,
crazy because
exactly,
YouTube can only
exactly,
teach you so much. You can't glue your hair back if it's
exactly.
on. You can't do it.
So talk to me about. I have a couple of questions to ask you, but first I want to ask you, how do you attract? How do you get customers overall, and how do you attract men to your salon? Because I want to do a promo code with you where we can get some more men coming to you, but I want to know
Okay.
one, how you attract customers, whether it's men, women, children, whatever, and how do you get men to your salon?
Well, it's pretty easy. We're cute. No.
Oh, no, I've seen your crew. That new girl that you had,
Yeah.
I was like, what? Who's that? I mean,
I have my Mia, my Kayla,
yeah,
Jaylina. I have a few other girls there
girls.
as well that they're not on there yet on the social media, but they will be
Mm-hmm.
because we've been relocating. So I've had my main girls with me for the duration of the
And
move and
do they
the
do everything,
setting
or
up.
they're specific? Like one specific nail,
No,
specific.
they all come with a different
Okay,
talent.
got it.
So I have my head nail tech, Mia. She's the one that does anything from acrylic to structured manicures, Russian manicures,
Does she do
pedicures.
powder?
Powder?
Yeah, the powder dip. The
No, we
no.
don't do
Okay.
powder. So powder dip is acrylic.
Oh, it is.
It's just a different application method
Got
that
it.
they're doing, which is dipping it in the thing
Okay.
versus you using the purple liquid to activate the
Okay.
acrylic.
Like
So it's just a
these are
different
my own
application.
nails. I have my own nails, but I get them dipped.
Do they dip it in the jar or do they have a separate jar for you?
What does that mean? Say
Okay,
that again.
so all right,
Sorry.
so like a lot of the time they probably would have you wash your hands. I would hope they would have you wash your hands before you go into the dipping
Yeah, they have
process,
me
right?
wash my
Because
hands and then they have a powder that they take my actual nail because these are
and they dip
and
it
they
in.
dip it in, but they put on something first. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, you have to put those are the application
Okay, and then
process.
they
So that's
dip
like
it.
some type of enhancement to adhese the acrylic that you're dipping your finger into. So what I mean by the dip, reason why I don't use it is because it's really not sanitary.
Okay.
What I mean by that is if somebody
Oh, do they have
prior to
my
you.
own dip is what you're saying versus dip that they would give.
Yes, because here's the thing. If somebody before you came in and they are cuticle biters and they have like an open wound, yes, they washed their hand. That's great and dandy. But then they're going to be putting their finger into that dip.
But wouldn't
So
that
you
go the
can't,
same for polish or no?
no, because if it's on the cuticles. So like if somebody comes in and they have like open wounds here and they're dipping it into there,
Got
or they
it.
have fungus on their nail
Got it.
and they're
Ugh.
dipping it in there, they already cause cross contamination
Okay,
by
now
doing
you've
that.
grossed me out.
So that's sorry.
I
So
mean,
yeah, dip powder is a no for me. It is acrylic. It's
and
just
I
not a sanitary thing. Some
okay.
places will have
I
a
also get
method where
chrome.
they.
What do you think about that? I've been getting chrome for probably the past year.
Oh, you love chrome.
I'm addicted. I started out with like pink chrome because I loved the way it shined on my podcast. And then I got addicted to this like gold and silver chrome that I have like on my feet now. And I started getting on my, and I'm like, I'm addicted. Like I don't see anybody else with it. I'm someone who like, I hate when I go out or to the store or something, I see everybody with the
Yeah.
same nails. I can't stand that. Like, I'm an Aquarius. If you tell me to go left, I'm going to go right. I don't want to do what everybody else is doing. So the chrome has been real.
I like
Do
chrome. I
you?
think
Okay.
chrome is good for people that
It's
don't want to do
expensive.
too many crazy designs.
Yeah.
It is
It's
expensive.
so expensive. I'm like, this is like an investment.
Really? Do they charge you by finger?
No, I don't know what they charge me by, but I walk out of there like, damn, did I just buy a car? It's
They
expensive. Maybe
probably
it's the
charge you
place
by
that I go to. I
finger.
don't know. We need to talk later. Maybe it's the place that I go to. But they also are like, oh, complimentary champagne. When I'm like, you can take that off the bill, sis. Like, I just want my nails done.
But it's complimentary.
Yeah,
It should be
I
free.
don't know. I walk out of there like I literally rented something.
Oh my
It's weird. I
God. No,
know.
and your nails are pretty short. You're doing an overlay.
Yeah,
It
it's.
shouldn't even be that much.
I don't know.
And another thing with dip is, do they make you soak it all the time, right?
No, when they take it off,
Yeah, they soak it.
they soak it and then they put some like aluminum foil or something that I have to sit
Yeah, to
for
soak
like
it.
20
Okay, so
minutes.
soaking is not a really good thing. You're
Okay.
better off, if you're gonna keep an overlay, you're better off just doing acrylic overlay. And with that, you can get it filled every 3 weeks, shortened every 3 weeks,
Okay.
because acetone is really not something that you should be doing all the
I
time.
know, but it's one of those things that it's like, okay, I've taken all the other cancer aspects out of my body. This is my one thing that I'm going to do that, that I love.
I know, but we're gonna steer you
I
away
don't
from
perm
dip.
my hair. I don't, I mean, this is the one thing.
I know. All right, we'll let that slide. But
Okay.
we are gonna talk about removing dip out of your life
We
because
will.
we can
Okay.
stay with acrylic still.
Okay.
It just cannot be dip.
Listen, I'm open. I'm open to talk. I'm
You
open.
gotta come visit us so we can give you a spot of dip.
I'm coming. You know that. We can talk about this off camera. We have a meeting set up already. Don't give
Yes,
our
you are
business out
coming.
there. All right. So talk to me about how you get men in, besides you being cute.
That's really it. There's nothing to it, girl. They see you. Oh, you look. Your hair looks nice. Your nails look nice. Thank you.
What's
There's we have a
their
spa room.
what is their why are they like straying away from the pink?
They think it's more girly than anything. So for them, I don't think they feel like it's a gender neutral space because it's pink.
So this is what we're going to do because I know a couple of places in New York that are specifically male spas where they offer manicures, pedicures, facials, head spa, and they're specifically male and they offer bourbon. And I walked in
Oh,
one
I
and I was
love
like, this is
that.
sick. Like this is a ridiculous.
That's like a man
Well,
cave.
I want to invest in it. I think it's a ridiculous. I'm all for projects that work. Give to people what they want. I want to invest in it. So this is what I'm going to do for you. We're going to offer a no disrespect to the women. We're going to offer you one too, but set that to the side for a second because you guys get your nails done all the time. We're going to offer a
Mhm.
specific code for both of us where we will advertise on my podcast. You
Okay.
will offer a special service, and we'll offer this just to men specifically for men to get them into your
Okay.
salon so that they can experience this because never mind the pink. Like the pink is
Absolutely.
knowledge. Stop it.
I know, that's what I tell them. I'm like, stop it. It's not just for girls.
No, it's stupid.
I'm like,
It's
get
a
over it,
color.
guys. No,
It's a
we do
color.
have a men's mental wellness that I
Yeah.
have been doing. I kind of stopped doing the stash and grabs and the packages
Hmm.
because we've been
Yeah.
relocating, but I plan on making it a forever
And I
thing.
love watching the boys that
Um,
you have. I call them, even though they're men, I call them boys because I always say boys, girls.
so
I
the
love that.
men's wellness package is really me trying to reach out to men that may not be feeling their greatest.
Yeah.
And I know that self-care plays a big role in someone's mental health. It can make somebody's day from shit to like the best day
Yeah.
ever. So we do have one solely for men where we offer them a sauna wrap, which is like a detox that they'll receive laying down. They get a mini facial, they
Okay.
get a manicure. We call it a man mani, and we give them a pedicure.
Okay. Okay.
And we give them a pedicure. So I plan on bringing that back in January
Yeah.
as well as the stash and grabs because we were doing stash and grabs, but it was catering more to the queens, to the moms,
Yeah.
the
Yeah. Yeah.
daughters. And then I started doing it for the men because, I feel like it should matter just as much as it does for females that they receive self care. And I don't think that they really feel or think that it's for them or they have maybe never been drawn to it. So what I do with that is I have people nominate guys that they think deserve this
Oh, I
spa
like
day.
that. I
And
like
it's
that.
the most cutest thing. They'll
Yeah.
share their story. They're like, he does everything for my family. He's been going through a rough time. I would like to nominate this person. And it's really exciting because I do want to hear their stories. So when they tell me it, and I just think it's like, wow, this is great. And then they come, they get their experience. They've never had a facial in their life. They've never gotten their nails done or their feet done, and just their reaction is everything for me.
I love
So for
that.
me, it's like we are definitely going to continue to do it because I want to spread the love everywhere and kindness everywhere the best way that I can.
Mm,
And this is the only way that I can do it is by providing them a spa day. I think everyone deserves one.
yeah.
I think we all are living and lifing right now. You know,
Chaos. Yeah.
adulting is not easy. So I think everyone deserves a time to reset and relax and refresh and feel beautiful. Like for me, you know, I'm always busy, so I don't get to have my lashes done all the time or my hair done all the time because I'm either painting, moving, unpacking. So it's like I feel cute today. I got my lashes done yesterday. I got my nails
You
done.
are
My girl
cute
did my
today.
hair today. Thank you. Thank you. So it's like, you know, it makes me feel great. So if I can make somebody else feel great, I'm definitely going to do that.
I
And
love
I
that.
plan on doing that. And I'm very fortunate to have the business and be in a position to be able to do it.
Yeah.
So we do it for the men, the first 100 men. We are doing the men's wellness. I think out of the 100, we already got 10 down because
Okay.
then I had to relocate.
All right.
So when I start that back up, we plan on spreading the love and continuing to do it and the stash and grabs because I know there was a point where the guys were like, "Where are the stash and grabs for
Yeah.
the men?" And I was like, "All right, now I'm gonna come up with the cute package for the men so that they can join along." And it was the most cutest thing ever when people would go out of their way just to go get the spa day
Yeah.
package and just see their reaction. And then all we ask is that they share a positive comment to the
Hmm.
world, and you know that's all we care about: positivity, spreading love and kindness, and just there's just so much bad going on that
Yeah, I
this
know.
is the most that I can do is just continue to just share what I can share and you know show everyone that it's going to be okay and make a difference because you never know what kind of day anybody's having.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, we're going to get that done. So I had a couple of questions that before I do a podcast, I always um, go on and ask um, young entrepreneurs what they want to hear from you or, whatever guests I'm going to have.
Okay.
So the questions, I got three really good questions that I weeded out from 10 questions. And the very first one was, um, being a boss. The girl said being a boss bitch, but I'll just say being a boss. How do you measure out, or how do you balance your feminine and masculine? And I assume you're someone that's aware that we all have a high feminine, high
Oh,
masculine,
masculine?
and
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
we can be a
And
little too
again,
masculine
when
sometimes.
you're an entrepreneur, it's kind of hard to shove that masculine down because you're in a world of entrepreneurial men, and you got to fucking level up.
It's true. How do I balance it?
Yeah.
I would say 50-50. I have more masculinity than femininity
Why do you
in
think
me
that?
than anything. Why?
Yeah.
I don't like to rely on people. I kind of like to plan ahead and I kind of like to depend on myself more than anything. So I feel like if I can't rely on people to get shit done for me,
Okay.
I just can't. I just feel like I have to be the one to do it because if I don't do it, nobody's going to see it the way I see it or my vision or being feminine is something that I used to be, but with being busy and working and grinding, it's just like I don't have that in me right now. Like right now, I probably look feminine. This is the most feminine I got. But other than that, I'm always coming up with new
Yeah.
ideas, running things, and it's really hard when you're an entrepreneur to be only feminine. It's kind of hard.
No,
You're gonna be
it
masculine no
listen,
matter what.
I understand it. I'm someone, so I actually used to teach this to young girls to hone in their feminine and masculine. So um I agree with you that it is, but I want you to still hone in and keep your feminine. I'm gonna explain
Yeah.
it to you like this. Like I literally lost my feminine this year, I think. Like my masculine just took over. Oh,
Why?
yeah, really bad. And I just like look in the mirror one day and I'm like, wow, your femininity is gone. Like it's done. And the way I want to explain it, the way I relate it to is so in United States we have something that's called a FICO score. And I'm sure you know what that is. Everybody knows what that is. So let's say your FICO score is anywhere from 750 to 800, right? That's good. So let's say you
Yes.
get into a relationship with a man and his FICO score happens to be 450. Sucks. He's a nice guy, but it's 450 and you're 750 to 800. So in this relationship, you are going to have to, at some point, try to elevate this person's FICO score. You're gonna have to assist with that, right? You're gonna
Yes.
have to. During that time, and this is no disrespect to anybody, whether this person's great or not, there's gonna be some content, There's going to be some disdain. It's just
Hmm.
natural. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Um, so now let me explain the why I lost my femininity. My emotional intelligence is a 750 to 800 FICO score. This is a fact. There's no one that you can ever speak to that has ever been in a friendship with me, a relationship with me, a situationship with me that will not tell you that I did not know how this woman felt. My emotional intelligence is a 750 to 800. So if I got into a relationship with someone who has an emotional intelligence of 450, my femininity is gone. Because now I got to boss up and level up and take care of every fucking thing that's going on around me, whether I want to or not.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? So I say this to
Yep.
say that if people can picture in their head to deal with people, whether you're in friendships, relationships, deal with people who are on the same
Hmm.
emotional intelligence as you. And I've learned this throughout 2025. I don't care what you're in. If you deal with people who are on the same emotional intelligence as you, that's 750, 800. And I'm only talking to women because I don't know how to regain your masculine if you're a man. You will keep your feminine will be higher. Whether you wear dresses or not, makeup or not, that's I don't care. That's bullshit, whatever. You
It's
will keep
true.
your feminine if you deal with someone who's on the same emotional intelligence as you.
It's very true. I agree. I feel like I lost my femininity a long time ago because I was always, it was work,
That
picking up
makes
my
me
kids. It
sad.
was the same routine. The cooking, the
Mhm.
cleaning, just being the go-to for everybody, and then having a business and doing that there because when you have a business, it's like a second household, it's a second family. It becomes your baby as well. And then having to split your time between being an entrepreneur, being a wife, and a mom. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. So I feel like I'm very much more masculine than anything.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that I'm okay with it forever. I would like to have my guard down and feel feminine all the time,
Yeah.
but I think I get it from my dad. I've just always been this kind of person. I've worked my whole life since I was 13. My intelligence when it comes to like maturity levels, it's definitely a 750 and up. And not a lot of people have that same mindset. So for me, it's like I just won't bother continuing a relationship with you if you're into drama, if you're into stuff, if you're just not an ambitious individual. I don't think that we're going to work at it in general. You need to want more for yourself, and you need to not want to stay where you are. You want to go up, not down, not stay. No. So for me, it's like my vision and my mindset and my goal for everything is just the expectations. Like I want to continue to build. I want to grow. I want to network in the right way, meet the right people. It's about the people that will get you to the top as well.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And for me, it's like me moving to Clifton and making this decision. I made the decision because now I'll be working with individuals that are in the entertainment business that do weddings and cater to hundreds of people. And for me, it's like, this is what I want to do. I want to be private. I want to work less and make more. The
Absolutely,
goal is
girl.
never to work, work, work the rest of your life. We do that, when you're trained in school and you go to school for 40 hours a week, they're preparing you for the work life. And then you have to retire by the time you're almost dead to have a life. And I just didn't want that. I got tired of being complacent and putting in all that time. I barely had time for myself because there's only 24 hours in a
Yeah.
day. You sleep 8 hours, then you got to go to work. You only got 2 hours for
Yeah. Who
yourself,
sleeps
if
8 hours?
that,
Stop.
barely.
The
That's
next
where my
question.
masculinity came from, is just
Yeah,
the
listen,
constant work,
I'm
work, work.
I'm with you. I fight with my masculine all the time. It's just um and I don't fight with it. Like I'm not like I'm a really strong girl and people always say, "I don't know how you're
Hmm.
that strong with that and you weigh so less." But like the people don't I hate talking to ignorant people and I hate to disrespect anyone, but like my strength doesn't come from like how much I weigh. It comes from
It
because
doesn't.
someone told me that someone never told me that I couldn't pick up that weight. So I tried, you know?
Listen, women are the most strongest individuals. Just because you don't see it physically, and they may not be physically, women are the most strongest breeds that there is in this
Exactly.
world.
Exactly.
Okay? And
Exactly.
men think they have it hard because they pick like general labor. It's not my fault you picked that
Yeah,
job. If I
exactly.
chose an office job and you chose to do this, that's because you
Thank
chose
you.
it.
Thank
I
you.
I could do the same thing, but do I want to? No.
No.
Why would I want to work that hard? Honestly, like this world is just
I know, upside
It's
down. I know.
interesting.
We need to,
And the generation
people like
too
us need
of
to be
like,
running it, but yeah,
we
I
do,
know.
we really do. Life would be a lot
I
better.
know.
Right
But
now,
as
it's
an
just
Aquarian, I'd rather run Mars. I mean, that's just, who I am. But the next question is funny that you said in entertainment industry because someone asked how, and I don't even know if you have this answer, but how, as a cosmetologist, what are your suggestions to get into the entertainment industry or to get celebrity clientele?
presentation, networking with the right people. You have to carry yourself a certain way for sure. You have to really be committed to your craft. You have to actually be passionate about it. People do appreciate that. Um, Networking with the right people, not being cheap with yourself because I feel like people that jump into like Groupon deals or just social media. I like to collab with people that have an influence on other people, positive people. So
Yes,
for me,
girl.
it's collaborating with people, the right people will attract the right people. And just putting yourself there. You just have to stay consistent. You really got to communicate, reach out, shoot your shot. You never know. Like you won't know until you
Yeah.
try it, right?
Yep.
I just honestly, for me, like I found this opportunity where I'm located at now, and it just happened. God aligns you in the right path that you need to be in, and it's perfect. It is scary trying to network with everyone, but you just have to select the ones that speak to you, I would say. Like Kid Problem in Newark, he is a very positive person here in Newark. I collabed with him for the Stash and Grabs. They started calling him Mr.
Yeah, I
Giveaway.
noticed that. I saw that on your
Um,
IG.
yeah,
Yeah, he's so cool.
so I was bringing it to the community because I'm also a Newark resident, and for me, I want to bring peace and kindness to people here. And it was a fun thing to do around here, and I just enjoyed seeing all the positive interactions that we were getting from it.
Yeah.
He was one of the persons that I first started collabing with. Then I started collabing with Medicine Woman. It's a woman-owned business. I like to collaborate with a lot of women. I do reach out to like entrepreneurs that are funny because I think laughing is healthy.
Yeah, me too.
Um, what else? It's just really about networking with the right people
Yeah.
and just shooting your shot. Like I honestly can't really speak on that because I had social anxiety my whole life.
Right.
So for me, I'm still kind of like breaking out of my
Yeah.
shell.
You're the
My
you're
girls
the
are a little bit
introverted
more friendly
extrovert.
than me.
Me
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Like my girls, I'll be like, go do that, go do that, go give out some cards over there.
Right, right,
I'll be
right.
here in spirit. I'll just supply you with the stuff
Yeah.
because like I have really bad
Right.
social anxiety. But when it comes to like big events, I do coordinate them. I put them together. And I do reach out to a lot of influencers that speak to me and, you know, people, again, positive people. I don't want, like, there's this guy that I follow. His name is Romeo. I don't know if you've ever seen him on Instagram. He goes around helping people that are homeless or
Yes,
people that
yes,
are
yes. I see him on
struggling.
TikTok. Yeah.
Yes, I want to collab with him so
Oh,
bad, so bad.
he's amazing.
I want to offer like spa days, you know, and hopefully
Yeah.
make it where I can travel out there eventually. I do plan on having like a mobile spa one day and
Yeah.
kind of collaborating and
Girl, I'll
just
go with you.
helping the community.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. It's funny that you say that because I'm an introverted extrovert too. People are always like, no, even my team, how are you an introvert? You're so always talking to people. But like, you do that, but then your energy zapped and you're done. And then you go
Yeah,
home. Like, I'm not someone who hangs out in the streets. I'm not out there. I'm a homebody. I'm home every night. When
same.
people are like, what are you doing this weekend? I'm like, I'm working. Are you kidding?
Yep.
But in a fucking second, I will contact a celebrity in a second to like, collab, whether it be on my podcast, because it's just who I am. Because if I get 10 no's, one person's going to respond and be like, who's this crazy bitch? Do you know what I mean? So,
It's true though, but you won't
yeah.
know until you try,
Exactly. And
and
we
you
got
have
one
to
life
shoot
to
your
live.
shot
Why
in
are
every way
we why
possible.
are we in these shells? We have one life to live. Why are we scared to talk to people?
It's true.
It's stupid.
It's true. I used to be scared and I was like, damn, I'm going in this industry, like, and I'm freaking social
Girl,
anxiety. And
stop.
I'm like, I have to learn how to get out of it. And I did. It really has helped. Like,
Yeah.
even with the salon, a lot of people don't really know I'm the face to the spa.
Yeah. I
I'm more
didn't. I
behind the
didn't
scenes.
when I saw your social media, I didn't, but I was very impressed.
So I'm very like, obviously, a lot of people say people want to see your personality. People are like, oh, you should post yourself more. People want to get to know you. But for me, it's like, I'm building a brand and my team is kind of like the front line for me because without a team, I'm
Yeah.
nothing, honestly. And a lot of people forget that when they start these type of businesses
Mhm.
that it's a good team that makes this business successful. Nobody's ever become successful by
Nope,
themselves.
absolutely not.
It just doesn't work that way. And then the best advice that I can give people that are starting out and that don't have patience is Rome was not built overnight. Steve Jobs took 9 years before he got to where he was.
And Amazon started in
Same
a
thing with
garage.
exactly.
Right?
The guy from McDonald's, before McDonald's became a franchise
Right.
and worth billions, the guy that created
The
Uber,
brothers, yeah.
like they all have stories. They
Yeah.
have all these documentary
Right. We can
movies
go
that
into
they have on
KFC,
Netflix,
all of
and
them.
best believe I'm watching it.
Exactly. The last question that I have for you that someone asked was, oh, what would you say to someone who cannot get a loan, but would like to start a brick and mortar?
I would say don't start the brick and mortar yet.
Okay. No, straight
Why?
up.
Because I honestly, I'm going to be very
Yeah.
honest. When I went into this, I was told that you can qualify for SBA loan.
Okay.
But the truth is, you can't. You have to have 2 years of history
Okay.
with this LLC. It's a headache. I would say start off with a suite.
Okay.
It's a less risk that you're taking starting off small. A brick and mortar is like you're just skipping all the other steps and going to the big
Right.
boys. Like it's a lot. I'm not saying I regret doing it the way that I did, but if I were to do things different, I would have started off smaller because I didn't need a kingdom right away. I was still growing. I didn't know what I was doing. I started from scratch. I didn't have any loans. If you have family that can support you and help you, then do it. But invest it into a suite because it's still your own. Because when you have a brick and mortar, you have to worry about either renting chairs out, building a team. Your team is not always going to care the way that you care about your business, and you can't expect that from them. So you know what I mean? You're going to be pouring and pouring and pouring. You're going to get burnt out. And I felt like that for a long time because I felt like it was just I went too big too soon. But you learn from these things. So now for me, relocating, I don't see it as a downsize. I don't see it as a downgrade in any way. I see it as I'm elevating what didn't serve me no longer. I didn't need a big space to continue to create what I need to
Right.
create.
Right.
Because now with this location, it gives me more freedom to grow more versus starting big and not having any funds because you're putting it all into a brick and
Yeah.
mortar. You're not going to have any room for any other growth, really. You're going to be so busy focusing on your slow days where you're not going to be making any money sometimes. Rent alone is going to be expensive.
Yeah.
Then you have insurance. Then you have workers' comp. It comes with so much headache. Starting off as a suite, you get to kind of practice before you get to the big step. So for me, it's like I wouldn't start a brick and mortar right away as at the first time. I wish that somebody would have told me this sooner.
Yeah.
I would just wait, do your 2 years in a suite, build your business credit, have your LLC, have a checklist, and then look into something. Because another thing is like some people just settle for one location, and there's always going to be problems with the location. So you got to be prepared for the unforeseen.
That last
So
sentence
no,
that you said is the reason I do this podcast. It's like you are the cheat code. What you said, I wish someone would have told me that. This
yeah.
is the cheat code, girls, boys, young entrepreneurs. This is the cheat code so that someone's telling you that.
Yeah, I really wish. I always tell my girls, like, 'cause a lot of people think it's easy when you go into this, and it's just like rainbow and unicorns, and I'm like, it's really
Yeah.
not. It's really not. Like, I follow a lot of groups that help me cope with being my own boss. Some of them can be discouraging, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm gonna do things differently so I don't feel this way.
Yeah. So you're going to take little
When
pieces from each one. Yeah.
yeah, like right now, the setting that I'm in, it's like a suite vibes. We have 6 rooms. We have a nail suite. We have my lead tech suite, a hair room, a facial room, and a multi room where you can do lashes, facials, head spa. Um, I think that that space is just perfect for me. And then also not having a big team because you only need a handful of people,
Right.
really. You don't need a big team.
Exactly.
I feel like that revolving door with having different energies and different people that may not want the same thing, like I was
Right.
able to weed that out when I had the brick and mortar. And now that I have this space, I only transitioned with the people that have been there throughout the entire process, that have shown me their work ethics, that showed me their commitment without me having to ask or say anything.
Right.
I like to just see and supervise everything and I'll watch how they work. And I'm like, you know what? This is my next little protege.
Yes.
So for me, it's like I like the growth that I see with my team now. And I think that me moving to this location is just going to help elevate them even more because now we're going and transitioning to doing weddings and more private events. And it's just less of a headache. You know what I mean? When you do a walk in brick and mortar, you got to deal with a lot of shit, a lot of shit. And then you're going to settle. And we don't want to settle. I want to be able to control my world in the best way that I can. And I control my environment the way that I want to control it. I attract the right people, not the wrong people, and it works out for me. It's a win-win. You know, same thing with my team. Like I was able to find a solid team and I love my team and my job is to make sure that my team feels valued all the time, that they know that they're super important in every way. You have to treat them right. I don't treat them like employees. I don't even like that word. I think employees is
Yeah.
just sounds like
I'm the
slaves
same.
to me. For
You
me,
have to
it's like you're my
trust them and you
team.
have to treat them like you have to train them that like you want them to be able to leave and go on their own, but you have to treat them so that they don't leave and go on their own.
It's really important. And a lot of people don't understand that. Like you have to be able to value your team and make them feel safe as well. And a lot of people don't treat their team right. Like for me, I like the word team. I don't like working for me. I like that you work with me. We work together. We're a team, not you working for me. I don't just sit there, point fingers, like do this, do that, do this, do that. No, I actually am always available. I have an open door policy where I'm like, my door is going to be open if you guys need me. I don't care if it was an emergency, if you need help with laying acrylic, dealing with a customer. I'm there no matter what. I'm always going to be there. I want to be present. So that's another reason why I also stepped down from doing nails and hair because I wanted to be more present for my team and attentive to them because when I'm doing nails, I don't want to be really bothered. And it's kind of distracting because it also takes
Right.
time from my customer. And I have ADHD, so I get distracted super easy.
Right. I love that. I love
And
that
for
we
me, it's
keep
like,
saying that to each other, like when we talk.
I
Or
have to
yeah,
say
I
it.
know.
I have to because, you know, my team is full of ADHDers, and we love it and we work so well together. But for me, I had to make that decision to like cut down on doing hair and cut down on doing nails so that I can just be more attentive to my team and nourish my team so my team doesn't feel overwhelmed or scared when things hit the fan. And for me, I like to de-escalate shit. So I've always been able to diffuse things, calm the environment, you know, solve the problem. I'm one of those. So I'm always available to them. And that's really important. And sometimes it can be really hard if you're behind the chair and you're running a team. You can't do both. You have to pick one for now. Like right now, I'll probably jump in when my girls are hectic and they're overwhelmed. I'll be like, I'll jump in. I tag team, we call it. We tag team. So you need me, I'll jump in, I'll do it, no problem. I want to be there because I don't want any of my team members like freaking out or losing it. For me, I want to keep them as calm as possible. I'm their Xanax. That's how I see it.
Priscilla, I love that. This was so great. Thank you so
Thank
much. I want to take this to a close with give me your best quote. It doesn't have to be geared towards entrepreneur, something that gets you through the day. What's your favorite quote?
Really, you really want to know?
Yeah. And it could have curse words in it too.
My favorite quote is "Life is short. Live today like it's your last day." Honestly, because like if you restrict yourself from doing things and accomplishing things because you're scared, like you just don't know. Life is very, very short, and we don't know if we're going to be here tomorrow or the next day.
Exactly.
All we can do is thank God that we wake up every day. And for me, it's just like live today, like if it was your last day, like you have to
I love that.
splurge, buy that bag that you've been
Yeah.
wanting
And
because you
say
don't
what
get
the
this
fuck you
bag
want to
often.
say. That's why my emotional
Always,
intelligence
always,
is so
always
high
speak your
because
mind.
I will always
Always
say
speak
what the
your
fuck.
mind.
I'll always speak the truth. Always.
Always speak your mind. I honestly cannot keep things inside. So
But
for
that's
me,
why
it's
we
like I
connected because you were just like, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, shut the fuck up. Blah, blah, blah. That's why we
I love it.
connected.
No, you always have to speak your mind. You have to speak your mind, be yourself, love yourself. Thank God every day for waking up and for all the blessings that you have. You know, sometimes we have it hard, but God doesn't. God, nobody ever said life was going to be
Nope.
easy. So for me, it's like don't feel discouraged because you're having one bad day. It's okay. It's okay. It's not going to
Exactly.
be like that. Let it go. Be mad about it for 5 minutes and let it go if you
Oh,
can't change the
girl,
outcome.
not even five. Meditate for 60 seconds and move the fuck on. Like,
I'm gonna get to 60 seconds.
okay,
I'm on the 5 minute one
okay.
still,
I'm gonna
but
let you
I'm
live.
gonna
I'm
get
gonna
to
let you
60
live.
seconds.
Okay.
I be telling people, if you can't resolve this shit in 5 minutes, let it the fuck
I'm
go.
always
Don't
like,
be mad at it.
I feel you. I'm always like, take a breath, go into your yoga practice. You got 60 seconds to think about this and move on. Get through the alphabet. I want you to say A to Z in your head. When you get to Z, we're moving on to a new subject. I
It's
think
true
that's
though,
it.
because like being angry, being sad, that's just like such an energy drainer for me. It's like I don't want.
And it
I
only
feel like
hurts you. Whatever your anger is
it
sad at. It's not
does.
hurting the
Do you
problem or the
realize
other
how
person.
high our
You're the one.
cortisone levels can
Thank you.
be?
Thank you.
Girl,
Thank
my
you.
doctor was like, your cortisone levels are high, and I was like, that
And what
just
does that
means I have
mean?
to
Weight
not think
gain.
and talk.
Weight gain. Fuck that.
That does.
Nope.
That does.
Nope. A bitch
That does.
happy.
It's true. I have to. I have to. But I am very thankful for everything that I have, and I'm really excited to continue like growing my business and networking with people such as
Love
yourself.
you, girl.
Um, and just spreading positivity everywhere.
Absolutely. And we will continue to do that. We will drop some gems and coupons in this episode for you
Yes,
from the Pink Spa Room. Again, thank you so much for being on the podcast. You are a plethora of knowledge for young entrepreneurs, and I want to continue to help you grow and continue to collaborate with you on future projects. I also want to let you
absolutely.
guys know that I am still on Apple, on Spotify, and on YouTube, and recently on Amazon Audible. So if this is something that resonates with you, please join my community because the best is yet to come.